Hello all, welcome back for the week 2 question answers on the LinkedIn quiz that we are doing. To begin with, thank you for all who are participating in the quiz. There are a total of 769 votes for all the questions in the past week. We'll go through, and as some of you requested, we'll go into a little bit detail about each question answer if possible. Okay, so let's get started with it. The first question, which we have already covered in the previous video, because I was not keeping the count, was which of the following parameter is incorrect for the caption property? Now, caption is a property that you can use in multiple objects in Business Central, and we wanted to know which of the following is the incorrect parameter which you cannot use with the caption property. And based on the voting, with 146 vote, people thought logged, which is 42%. 21% people thought it's CaptionML. 9% people thought it's comment, and 28% people thought about the max length. And here's a learning opportunity that the right answer was CaptionML, that it is not a valid property for the caption. So CaptionML is a completely separate property. We'll come to it in a while, hopefully. But logged, comment, and max length are the valid options that you can set on comment. So let me open up an example here. So here you can see that on the name2, I have set the caption as name2. I can add a comment describing what this caption is about. So I can set that property. Then I have set the logged true. If the logged value is true, that means caption is logged and should not be translated. You cannot translate it. And then the comment, as we said, is a description of why this is and what it is. And then the max length sets the maximum length of the specified caption. So on the caption property, you can use comment, logged, and max length. So the incorrect answer becomes CaptionML. Hope that clarifies the question. Let's move in to the next question. So the next question on this was which object property is used to display a different name in the user interface based on the user language. The options were caption, caption class, caption translate, and caption ML. There are 157 votes for this question, and the summary of it is 23% people thought it's caption, 3% people thought caption class, 5% people thought caption translate, and 69% people thought caption ML. And here the majority of the people who voted into it were correct into it, that 69% people thought it's CaptionML, which explains you what this how user will see it. And let's see a quick example of it. So I have this table where in the field 2 name, I have said if the language is ENU, which is US, English US, then show the caption as name. If it is English United Kingdom, then show as UK name. So if I go into my client right now, and let's go here, and let's open this page, SDH test, you will notice that the name property shows name. If there is a user who is not in US and has selected their language as United Kingdom, when they log into this page, they'll see a different caption based on the CaptionML property, and the value of that property comes based on the user settings language that they have selected for it. So now a user from UK will see it UK name, but all other languages, because the only language that is defined there is English US, will see it as the English US. Okay, so if I even change it to English South Africa, because there is no language captionable definition for English South Africa, it'll pick whatever is defaulted for ENU, and user will see the name too, or name. Hope that makes sense. So this is how you use it, and you can just comma factor in and add more values to it if needed. Just remember, if you define the CaptionML property, it helps you to be multi-language. for the client based on the language that they have said, but it kind of is not the way when you trying to publish an app to app source. Then you need to use the xlif files, or translation files, to convert these languages, which is a completely different topic. Okay, coming to the next question. Which is an invalid compression type property for a Business Central table? The options were none, row, record, and page. With 101 people voted on this question, 27% people thought it's none, 28% people thought it's row, 34% people thought it's record, and 12% people thought it's page. Now we wanted to find out which of them is not a valid, and record compression is invalid type of compression. You cannot do a record level compression on a table. Now let's quickly check it how you do that. So on a table you can set a property called compression type, and then here you will see all the options, which is none, do not use compression on this table, page, compress the table on a page level, and let me see if I can go ahead to it. Okay, should have a way to show me everything, but I can't. Okay, no, I don't have that option. Okay, let's see what else is there. Row, compress the table at a row level and then unspecified. So yeah, so you can set up none, which means the data will not be compressed in the table, page, which means a page level compression will be used, or row, that means the compression will applicable on the row level, and unspecified means you haven't defined what it should be, and then it'll use whatever the default is. Now remember, as we are talking about this, the compression property is very important, as a compression is something that we didn't like in the past because of certain reasons in NAV, but with Business Central Online, page level data compression is used on all the standard Microsoft table. It is applied to Microsoft extension and third-party extension unless a compression property on table is explicitly set to none. So even if you're making any PTE for your customers, and if you haven't defined the compression type property on the table, then it'll use the page level compression. But this is only true for Business Central Cloud. For Business Central on-prem, there's a way. If you're interested, leave a comment and I'll make a video on it, how to do it and how you can do it. But remember, on Business Central Online, by default, page level data compression will be enabled on Microsoft app or any other third-party or ISV app if compression type property is not explicitly defined to none. Okay, hopefully that answers the question. Let's move in to the next question. Which table property is used to set the fields that appear to the left of the caption on a page? Now I guess people are a little bit confused about it, but let me walk you through what I'm trying to say here. So when you open, okay, let's pick something. Okay, let's pick sales orders, just to keep it simple. So when you open the sales order card, what you'll notice on here, you see sales order number and you see the customer name. How you can set it up on a page that you are, or on a table that you are building for your extension. Is it DataCaptionFields? Is it drill down page ID? Is it lookup page ID? Or is it page caption? With 116 votes on this question, 83% people thought it's DataCaptionField, 3% thought it's drill down page ID, 4% people thought lookup page ID, and 10% people thought it's page caption. And at this point, the majority of the people who thought about it were correct. 83% answered it correctly with DataCaptionField. But if you are in 3, 4 or 10% with other options, let's have a quick understanding of it. So in the example, what I've done here, is that I have this table which have no property set, just a table and this, and then it has some associated page, the list page and the card page. Now when you access this in application, and let's see that, when you access this page into the application and try to create a new record, you'll notice there is nothing coming up. And I'll give it a number, give it a name, give it this, and let's do amount, and let's do test as description. Now you don't notice it anything at this point, but when you open an existing record, what you see is 001. Now 001 is coming because that is the only primary key field in this table, in the source table of this page. But let's assume I wanted to see Saurav and Dhyani here, not the 001. Then how I can do that? Let's go back here. Let's go to the source table and define the data caption fields. And I'll use name and name 2. There's the space. Yeah, it seems so. Okay, name and name 2. Now what will happen with this change as I publish this is it will start showing me the name and name 2 here when I try to access a record. But while this is happening, okay, it is happening. Okay, let's come here. Let's see that. So what we did, we just added the data caption fields. So when you click on this record now, you will see the first name and the last name separated with a dot sign, which helps you to understand that these are the two different values. And now when you try to create a new record, let's say 002 and temp record, and let me close this. As you notice, as I'm typing in, it started filling in the values for the name and name 2 here. And as you start typing in, so let's see here, 003 test, you'll notice the test already appeared. So if you don't have a value on the other fields that are associated on the data caption field, you'll not see the value of that into the page that is associated with that table. So this is how you set that page caption on the left hand side with using the data caption field property. Okay, moving ahead. Which of the following table is shared across all companies in a business central? The options were company information, record links, customer, and job queue entry with 167 votes. The percentage was 26% people thought it's company information, 59% people thought it's record link, 5% were for customers, and 10% was for job queue entry. And the correct answer here is record links. Now let's quickly understand how you see the tables shared across the companies. So when you get into your business central environment, either on premise or SaaS, you can always go into your table information. That's the easiest way, I guess, if you want to see it from the client. Table information. And then in the table information, you see a list of all the tables that you have. There are certain tables where you will find the company name as blank. Those are the tables which are shared across multiple companies. So even if you have 10 companies, 20 companies, 30 companies, the data on these tables will be common to all the companies. Wherever you see a company name, that makes it as a normal table. Now, so when you think about company information, that is table 79, I guess. Yes. So you'll see that it is associated with Kronos USA. And then if you filter out on company information, and let's try doing that, you will notice that all the companies that you have in the database, there will be a separate company information table. In the same way, customer and so on and so forth. So all these tables are unique per company, and that's how the customers, in this case, as you are seeing here on Kronos USA, will be different than customers in my company, because there can be multiple companies doing different kind of businesses and they'll have their own customers and all. When we talk about the options that I have given, the record link table actually stores your links that you attach to your documents, and that table is common across all the companies. Okay, now I'm doing it wrong somehow. Yeah, I guess. Okay, let me find it out. Here it is. Okay, now here this table has a little bit of interesting design, that each record in this table have a company name, which then understands that for which company this particular record is associated. So if you look at it, there will be a company name parameter, company parameter, which tells you that this particular record, or these three records in this case, are associated with the Cronus USA. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Now the next question was a follow-up question to the previous question, as in which property in a table is used to share a table across companies. There were 82 votes on this question, and the options were access, scope, replicate data, and data per company. And with 82 votes, 2% people thought it's access, 0% people thought it's scope, 4% thought it's replicate data, and 94% people thought it's data per company. And the correct answer, as we know now, is data per company. So in your design, when you're making a table and you want that data to be shared across companies, you have to set data per company as false, because the default value for this table, this property, is true. So if you don't define it, the default value is true and it creates for each company. But if you set this to false, then you will be able to share data across multiple companies that you have in your environment. Okay, so that was all for the previous week question. Hopefully I was able to explain a little bit as you guys wanted it. If not, let me know into the comment section. If you want to talk me to talk about the compression, how you do it on-prem, because you are on on-prem, ping me into the comments, add a comment into it. And then I'll see you sooner than later, not sooner than later, most probably next week on this particular series, where we complete other 5 questions that we have for this week. Till then, keep learning, keep sharing whatever you're learning, and give me feedbacks as much as you can. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel. I'll be happy to see as many comments as you guys can do, and I'll see you sooner than later. Thank you. Have a nice day.